Tonight, we have some very important updates concerning the Black Plague, as it takes out a whole village in Italy.
Also, the Ottomans have successfully taken over Constantinople. We have Ari Mulgay on the scene waiting to report.
These stories and so much more, including weather and sports, coming up on TLDR News.
Hello everyone, I'm Chris Thompson, that's Stefano Hernandez, and welcome to TLDR News.
Hello. We'll get you to Ari Mulgay in Constantinople, but first we have important updates about the Black Plague. Ladies and gentlemen, it has returned. After thinking that the deadly plague that appeared in 1348 had died down in 1350, things begun to take a turn for the worse. The plague has just recently struck Rome, a highly populated city in Italy, and has killed most of the population. At this time, we cannot say if the area will be able to get back onto its feet, but let's hope for the best for this poor city. As the plague is spread from noxious vapors, be sure to wear perfume if you can afford it.
We have received word that the Ottomans have begun a siege of Constantinople. Ari Mulgay is live from the walls of the city. Take it away, Ari.
Thanks, Chris. Here I stand in front of the walls of Constantinople that have recently been breached by Ottoman forces. Their new weapon, gunpowder, really helps them in a time of war. Here's an Ottoman soldier who's going to tell us about his battle plans.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you, so here it is. We stayed back because we knew they had bows, and then we countered with explosive cannons. When the walls were down, we invaded. Time to kill.
Oh, well, that's just unfortunate. In other news, Christopher Columbus has miraculously returned from the West Indies and has made contact with the natives. The trip was intentionally going to arrive in India. However, with the discovery of the so-called New World, Spain looks to gain even more power and money. Columbus has named this new territory San Salvador. A journey intended to increase the spice trade has opened a whole new window for the wealth of Spain.
Here at TLDR, we always do a spotlight on someone in the community that really shines above everyone else. Tonight we take a look at a painter, a sculptor, an architect, a musician, a scientist, a mathematician, an engineer, an inventor, an anatomist, a geologist, a cartographer, a botanist, and a writer. But these are not just 13 different people. This is the same man. Kenny Lee has more.
Leonardo da Vinci. Not only is he one of the smartest people of the century, but he is also one of the most sophisticated. Leonardo is a painter, a sculptor, architect, musician, scientist, mathematician, engineer, inventor, anatomist, geologist, cartographer, botanist, and a writer as well. Da Vinci never has any free time, but if he does, he'll begin another project. How do you manage to be a master in all these fields?
Well, I'm a painter, a sculptor, architect, musician, scientist, mathematician, engineer, inventor, anatomist, geologist, cartographer, botanist, and a writer. All these fields are somewhat related, and I am good at multitasking. For example, I was able to draw a painting of myself in a drug, while figuring out what the size of your forearm is the same size of your bottom leg. I can do a lot at once.
However, Leonardo's beginnings were not pretty. Da Vinci is an illegitimate child, born to a peasant, Caterina, from his father, a notary named Piero da Vinci. However, things got better when he went to work for Ludovico il Moro in Milan, where his learnings of the arts flourished.
Without the good help of Mr. Il Moro, I would not have been able to do what I do every day. I owe my life to him.
Da Vinci has produced many ideas over his lifetime, including those in civil engineering, optics, and hydrodynamics. However, he did not publish his findings on these subjects, a decision that might slow down the improvement of technology in the future. Leonardo da Vinci is one of the most important figures of this time, and his works will have a huge impact on the future. Reporting from Italy, Kenny Lee, TLDR News.
Another great report by Kenny. Keep up the good work. In other news, the Catholic Church is under attack by a group of self-described reformers who are protesting the doctrines, rituals, and structure of the Church. The revolt, led by Martin Luther and John Calvin, was based on the fact that the teachings of the church were not consistent with the teachings found in the scriptures. Luther and Calvin seem to be making a new division of Christianity called Protestantism. This group is gaining support exponentially, and it doesn't look like Calvin and Luther are going to stop anytime soon.
One of the most prosperous cities in Africa has disappeared. The Kingdom of Zimbabwe inhabited the Great Zimbabwe, a city through which the wealthy gold salt trade existed. Recently, the trade has moved north, which has attracted the tribe as well. This has made them leave the city, which was recently found by European explorers. No word on what they plan to do with the ruins.
Now to replace our weatherman Ari Mulgay, here's the Ottoman soldier that killed him. What does this week have in store, Mr. Ottoman soldier?
Thank you. You're to be killed next. So in Florence right now, it is about 72 degrees. Very sunny. Good for a picnic, perhaps. And if you look at London, it is fresh 60 degrees out. Cloudy with expected rain to come later in the evening. And it looks like another week of thunderstorms in Rome following a heat wave. Here in Constantinople...
Wait. Here, sorry.
I have just been informed that it is Istanbul, no longer Constantinople. And in Istanbul, it is about 70 degrees and cloudy. But don't worry, Istanbul is looking forward to a lovely weekend with a warm 80 degrees and sunny. Great for beach going. All right, that's about it for the region. Thank you for your time.
Now let's go back to Kenny, who was teleported back in studio for a report on one of the growing dynasties in Asia. Tell us a little bit about why we should visit, Kenny.
Well, the Ming Dynasty has a lot to offer, Chris. First of all, they have low taxes. It's a shocker to many that the taxes are this low. Now let's just hope it stays this way. Also, there are public granaries to provide people free food. The Ming Dynasty is also known for its flourishing of the arts. Beautiful artwork such as painting, poetry, music, literature, and even dramatic theater is being created every day.
This place sounds great, Kenny. Thank you very much for your time.
The Tokugawa shogunate in Japan is currently ruled by Ieyasu. We do not wish to go into Japan at the moment because recently they have abolished Christianity, and that's very offensive to us. Ieyasu has recently opened foreign trade with the Dutch and the English. Supposedly the living conditions there are bad, and because Ieyasu has defeated most, if not all of his enemies in Japan, the samurai are jobless at the moment. Therefore, they are taking this time to educate themselves in the way of the arts, such as philosophy, literature, and the tea ceremony.
Hello everyone and welcome to the sports program. I'm your man Chris Thompson and we got a lot to cover here. But first, we have highlights of today's bocce match between the English and the French national teams. Now, we know that these two countries don't like each other very much, so we can always look forward to a great competition. And at first, this matchup was controlled by the English. John Paul had no problems today, as he was spot on from the get-go. His game has been hot for the last few weeks, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. As right here, he's able to get it very close to the target. A really good display of spin and accuracy right there. The English took the lead at the end of the first very easily. But the French were not ready to concede, as here in the second, Claude Pierre was able to hit this tough shot to send this thing into the third round. Once again, Pierre's just proving why he's the captain of this French team. But in the final round, the play got very escalated, as both teams hit very tough shots. Now you see Pierre here forcing a shot that Paul hit very close, and right after, you have Paul hitting a shot that Pierre hit very close. But in the end, it was decided as Pierre came through in the clutch and hit this tough shot coming up right here that gave the French the easy victory. A very impressive shot that hit the target right on the body. The local ballet here is great as they get ready for another performance of the Nutcracker. We have a clip of last year's performance, so let's check it out. A great week ahead as we look forward to the Palme matchup between Spain and the Moors.
Well, that's all for tonight. Hope you'll check us out tonight at 11, where we examine Michelangelo's sculpture, David.
And be sure to watch at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning for the eye-opener. This has been TLDR News. I'm Chris Thompson.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Stay classy, San Diego.
Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople, why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul.